I started Taekwondo probably about, I think, counted up to like 23 years ago or so. But started like many of you guys did, where it was, my mom swore that this is only a summer activity, Stephanie. This is only for the summer. You're involved in too many other things. And then at the end of the summer, she's like, all right, fine, you can sign up for good. So I know many of you guys might be still kind of new to Taekwondo. You might have started on some kind of, probably not a summer membership quite yet, but you might have started with like a 6-week thing. Oh, we're just going to try it out. We're going to see how you like it. And 23 years later, here I am. We've got a studio, and definitely the best summer activity that I ever did. Quite a while ago. So it's definitely, it's more than just a sport for sure. I can tell you that. It's, it's, I don't know who Nicholas is, but he's shaking his head. Yes, it's more than just a sport.
Nicholas is my student, Ms. Haydel. He is fantastic.
I can tell. I know his face just from seeing him on all these seminars. So, and he's always got good questions at the end too. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you've got for me today.
Yes, ma'am.
But guys, it's, I can tell you most of my closest friends in life have been through martial arts. Over 23 years, you've got some of your best moments and sometimes your worst moments in your life too that are shared with the people you meet through martial arts. They're an extension of your family, and you may not realize it now because you just go to class with each other. Some of you guys might be quite young. I know there's a lot of juniors on this, but guys, when you're 20, 30 years old, you're going to be thinking about these friends that you've made, and hopefully you're still in touch with them. There's people that, I haven't actually done Taekwondo with in, maybe 10, 15 years, and I still talk to them. They're still some of my closest friends. They've gone off and done other things, but definitely build the relationships. And believe it or not, you're actually doing that with your siblings right now too. For those of you guys that are doing your classes with your siblings or with mom or dad, you're building some really cool relationships, which, as cool as Taekwondo is, those relationships are even more important.
I could not agree more, Ms. Haydel. You are 100% correct. The friendship, the relationship, that's going to stay for life. Even if, you might be training in martial arts with the mindset of, I got to learn self-defense. You might actually not get into a bad situation your whole life where you are not going to use the martial arts skills that you are training currently. But you will always be able to rely on your friends and on the relationships that you are going to create and maintain throughout the martial arts training that you are doing currently, guys.
Absolutely. What I tell people, everybody always wonders about, oh, will this protect you? And obviously, yes, if you can execute your martial arts skills in self-defense, that's great. But ideally, you want to be able to not have to use it. Maybe you're using that perseverance and that integrity to put yourself and your self-control sometimes to put yourself in a situation where you can walk away, where maybe you hold your head a little bit higher and somebody doesn't even mess with you to begin with. So as much as you want to say, yeah, I got my hands up and I beat him up and I did this and I did that, isn't it a lot better to just not even be involved and walk away and nobody got hurt? And, I don't know the exact quote and I forget who says it, but the surest sign that you've truly learned martial arts is being able to walk away and not having to actually use it.
I love that quote. All right, everybody, give Miss Haydel 2 thumbs up. That was awesome. Great inspirational talk. I loved it. And let's get started with the seminar. All right, good luck, everybody. Let's do it. It's go time.
Guys, sorry. So what we're going to do today, we're going to put together a couple of little combinations. I know we've got a variety of ranks. I know some of you guys are black belts. Some of you guys might still be beginners. But one thing I have noticed is that a lot of the same people are coming to the different seminars. So we're going to play off of a few different things. I know like Miss Mitchell worked on a hook kick. I know Mr. Freeman worked on that slide side kick. So we're going to work on putting a couple of combinations together kind of for sparring. If you like hitting your heavy bag, you can do these obviously on your heavy bag too. But my goal is for you to have kind of a couple of little combinations that when you get back to your studio and you start sparring, that they kind of just flow. Where I find when you first start sparring, the biggest thing is you're up there, you're excited, you want to spar, you got all your gear on, and you line up and you're like, I don't know what to do. Front kick. round kick, and you have no idea how to put them all together and actually make them flow and it actually look like sparring instead of just punch. You got absolutely no idea what you're doing. So I want to put together a couple of combinations that you can maybe practice. Some of you guys may already do some sparring combinations. I see somebody in there's got an orange belt. So you're probably just kind of still, well, depending on your school. I know some schools are starting off sparring at white and yellow belt. But some of you guys might still be new to sparring. If you're not, you can always get better. Like I said, I've been doing this 23 years. I can still get better at sparring. So what we're going to do is we're going to put together a few combinations, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to kind of to personalize it for you. So I know everybody's in kind of a different environment. Some of you guys might be in your living room. Some of you guys might have a little bit more space. Some of you might have kind of like a home gym you're working in. Do what you can based on your environment. If you don't feel like something's safe, don't work on it right now. Work on it when you get back to your studio. But I'm going to go ahead and start off. You guys got to get a good angle, kind of balancing the light in here. So what we're going to start off with is our front kick and just 2 punches. So kind of use it as a warm-up a little bit too. If you've got somebody you want to practice with or you want to hit a target pad, more than welcome to. So I've got Jada here. She's going to kind of help me. She's going to be my punching bag. When I spar, I like that front kick. It's not a power kick, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of more like playing tag with it. So I kind of like starting off with it sometimes. Just a little front kick right underneath the elbow. Now, ideally, she's hopefully not going to keep her elbow that high. But if it does kind of drift up, I like to sneak a little front kick in and just kind of play tag with it. So front kick and then follow it up with 2 punches. So let's go ahead. We're going to work that maybe 10 to 15 times. When I see everybody stop, then I'll know that everybody's kind of gotten a little bit of practice with it, and we're going to go ahead and move on. So from there, if you want to just aim for your camera, you're fine. If you want to hit a target pad, heavy bag, whatever you got, just work that. So front kick and then following it up with 2 punches, kind of using that one as a warm-up. Go ahead. You know how to do this work too? Just trying to get out of it. Very good, guys. How did somebody's little brother get that job? Yes, you. I don't think he signed up for that one.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. I can see you. No standing, Edison and Sarah. Keep it going. Ms. Haydel didn't say stop. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, I usually just set them off to do it about 10 times, and then they come back. That's what they're used to. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on because we're going to work that one. I'm going to break them down because I don't know. I know everybody's kind of at a different skill level, like I said. So we're going to kind of split all these little kicking drills into 2 sections. That way, if anybody needs to slow down a little bit, that's fine. If you're more advanced and you could have done them all in one, that's okay. Slow it down a little bit, practice your technique, and make it better a little bit. So here, just following up with that front kick, 2 punches. Now, I'm hoping at that point, when I'm coming in with that second punch, I hope she's smart enough. She's going to take a step back. So I'm front kicking, I'm coming at her. That second one, somebody's coming at you punching. You're moving, right? Then you're going to take your back leg, use your back hip, and pull your leg through to throw your round kick. So the cool thing about this is she's set up like that where the body's to the outside. I have options when I'm sparring. I can either go to the body or go to the head. Now, like I said, some of you guys have different abilities. Some of you guys, y'all can throw that back leg jump round kick. Some of you guys might still be learning and you just want to throw a round kick. Maybe you're really flexible, you can go to the head. Do what you can do best. And when you're in a tournament, I know some of you guys may have done tournaments, some of you don't. But when you go to a tournament, that's how you increase your point value. So if I'm just here, bodies, that's just 1 point. If I go to the head, okay, that's 2 points. But if I throw a jump kick to the head, now we're talking 3 points. So you went with what could have been 1 point, now it's all of a sudden 3 points. So front kick, 2 punches, back leg, either just bring it through and round kick, or pick up and jump round kick. So that do what you can do best. Anytime we come up with these combinations, when you go off on your own and you're practicing on your heavy bag and you're practicing with your brothers or sisters or whoever you're practicing with, go ahead and see how you can personalize them to your skill level. That's the biggest thing I want you to take away today. All right, go ahead, work those for a few seconds. All right, looks like some of you guys are finishing up. Typically for my school, when we do it, I send everybody off to do it like 10, 15 times. And then when everybody stops moving or they give me the little thumbs up icon, then I know everybody's done. But I know some of y'all are used to doing, I know for the seminars, I've been doing like 30 seconds. So I'm kind of just basing it on, everybody's kind of getting comfy with it, and then we'll move on. All right, so I think like I said, I've been seeing a lot of you guys do a lot of the seminars. So those that are coming to the seminars are typically coming to all of them, it seems like. So I tried to play some of these drills off of different techniques you've worked on with other people. So I know Monday y'all were working with Mr. Freeman. One of the things he was covering was that slide side kick. Slide side kick can be fun. I love sparring. You know, I appreciate forms, but sparring is fun. Sparring is kind of like an advanced version of tag, right? And I like to see how I can kind of mess with people sometimes. So if I can get somebody to move in and she's coming in, maybe I even pretend like I'm going to shift back a little bit just to make her think, oh, she's, you know, get her thinking she's confident and she's going to move in. I love when I can just pick up and make her even side kick. To me, that's fun. It's kind of playing a little bit of mind games. Might be a little sick, but it's fun. And once you get to that point, you can kind of make them dance. You can pretend like they're a little puppet, and you just make her come in, and then as soon as she slides in, you just tag her and stop. You can do the same thing with your hands when you're sparring too. If you kind of, teach her, get her to bring her hand down, then I know some schools punch to the head. You can punch to the head, punch to the head. I know some don't for juniors class and do whatever's the rules in your school. But anyway, so we're just gonna practice. Some of you guys might not have practiced that slide side kick, but if she's at a little bit of a distance, I'm gonna try to reach for her this time. So maybe she's not coming in quite yet. I want to reach to go get her. So I'm gonna pick up my knee to side kick. Now, if side kick's a little above your belt, just pick up and side kick. Most of you guys learned that as a white or yellow, but anyway, for your slide though, all you're gonna do is when you pick up to kick, when your foot goes out, your other foot goes with it. So it helps you kind of increase your strength. You should throw with more strength, let's put it that way. I'm not gonna say it increases the strength of the side kick necessarily, but if you throw it hard enough, it will slide your body over to your target. So it's a good way to close that distance. So let's just practice a couple of those just to get a little more comfy. So pick it up, side kick out, and side kick, slide, side kick. Go ahead and do about, like I said, 10 of those on each side real quick, then come back and we're gonna add to that. Let's see, Katie's done. She's giving me a little thumbs up. Christian's done. Parker disappeared. Good, guys. Pull that knee to your chest. So remember, the difference in your round kick and your side kick, the biggest difference, especially for beginners, is that round kick's coming behind you. Your side kick you want to pick up in front of you. So you want your whole leg in front of you. You should be able to see the whole thing when you are chambered it. Sparsh is finished. Brody looks like he's done. Jaden's done. Julia's done. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and move on. And if some of you guys have a couple of people in your group, if you didn't get a chance to finish it, that's okay. As soon as we finish up, then Mr. Spiker's been awesome about posting the replays to the seminars. You can go back and work these later on, or you can work them tomorrow. You can work them again if you want to. So from here, this one, there's going to be two variations, just based on what your ability is. But kind of the same as when we had that that round kick. If you can do a jump round kick, do a jump round kick. You can do, you want to add it, make it a spin or butterfly or 360. Some people call it 360, some people call it butterfly. So from here, slide side kicks. Then if you know how to do a spin hook kick, let's go ahead and do a spin hook kick. So going over your back shoulder, spin, hook kick, round kick. The thing I like about that is in sparring, I just hit her here with my side kick. I just hit her here with my hook kick. I just hit her here with my round kick. All right, so I'm hitting a bunch of different targets when I do that. So pick it up, slide, set it down, spin, hook kick, and then round kick, setting it down in front. You can set it down behind you if you want. But I like setting it down in front and not opening my body up any more than I have to. All right, now, if that hook kick's a little above your skill level quite yet, that's okay. Switch it up for something that you know. You haven't done spin kicks, if your instructor hasn't taught you those yet, just take your back leg and either hook kick or, after that slide side kick, just pick up, do a side kick and then a round kick. Do whatever, switch them out for what your skill level is and what your abilities are. All right, go ahead, work those for a little bit. A couple of people that are white and elbows doing some spin kicks. That's awesome. All right, guys, gonna go ahead and move on. So I got one more kick and drill for you guys. I don't know how many of you guys have done a twist kick. So twist kick, I kind of think of it as like backwards or an inverted round kick in a sense. So if you haven't done, we're just gonna do a twist kick just in case some of you guys haven't done that before. So I like back leg, especially if you're first learning. I find it a little bit trickier. It's kind of like a pressing kick in the sense that It feels a little more awkward on your front leg learning it compared to your back leg. But you can try it on whichever one you feel most comfortable with. So taking your back leg, chamber it like a round kick, but instead of going straight out, it comes in and then kicks out. Now, once again, this one, even if you're one of these guys that likes to kick above the head every time, go ahead and drop it about waist level if you haven't done this kick before. Take your back leg, bring it up like a round kick, and then in, and then straighten your leg out. Once you get a little comfortable with it, then you can throw with a little more speed. Watch your knee though. If you have any trouble with your knee or anything, I wouldn't do this, or do it very, very slowly, whatever you're comfortable with. Coming up behind you, twist kick, and then set it down. I like setting it down behind, but do whatever you're most comfortable with. Go ahead and work that about 10 times, then we're going to go ahead and put it into a combination. Good. I can tell some of you guys have definitely done twist kicks before. I wasn't quite sure. Some schools don't teach them until a little bit higher belt. Some teach them to beginners. Some teach them to intermediates. I don't want to throw too much at you all at once. All right, now let's go ahead and put that one into a combination. So, like I said, it starts out like kind of like a round kick. So it makes sense that once you do that twist kick, you can easily either bring it back around and throw a round kick, or you can start it with a round kick. Sometimes people like actually bringing it around, throw the round kick, then once you retract the round kick, dropping it down, and then up for your twist kick. The cool thing about this is you can really nail it, especially in sparring, is you get both sides of the head. I'm pretty flexible, but I find a twist kick sometimes hard to get all the way up to the head. You can always just tag them in the belly button. So if I'm here, we're kind of working the back leg, but I'm working on the front leg for now. So if I do my twist kick, I can just go to the body with it. Now, if I can get it to the head, that's great. But I usually don't do that in sparring unless I'm sparring on the kids that's shorter than me. So starting off here, just twist kick, then round kick. So try it. Twist kick maybe to the body, then flip it up, round kick to the head. This is another one, kind of like a hook kick, round kick, where you're hitting multiple targets, or at least aiming for multiple targets. So maybe she drops her hand, she blocks there, knocks it down, and then I can just come back up for that round kick. All right. Actually, go ahead, work that a couple times, and then we're going to throw some punches into the end of it. Go ahead. Now, if you're one of the black belts that you've got a black belt or higher belt that has done spin twist kicks before, this is one of those opportunities that you can take that regular twist kick that you've been working, make it into a spin. I'm pretty sure we don't do pillow fights in Taekwondo, though. I saw pillows flying at somebody's house. So for those of you guys, if you wanted to put that into a spin twist kick, you're just going over your back shoulder. You're going to keep your back leg around, kick your leg up, twist kick. Then if you want to try to make it a twist kick round kick, you can do that too. But just watch where you are, especially if you're learning this for the first time. Make sure you don't knock over any of mom's lamps or any of that stuff. Nice job, Cody. Good, Julia's trying it. All right, guys. Now we're gonna put it into like kind of a little bit more of a sparring combination. One of the things I like to teach my students is, especially those that are sparring, especially if you like to go to a lot of tournaments, because tournaments you don't necessarily have to do the prettiest of kicks. You don't have to do these really advanced kicks. You've got to do what works for you. If you're somebody that as soon as you do that butterfly or 360 kick, you're falling on the mat, probably not going to be the best go-to kick for you. Whereas some of you guys, you're going to hit them in the head and score 4 points 10 times in one round, and it's going to be like it's nothing. I've seen somebody one time, it's kind of a cool little side story. I think this man was probably like 70-something, and he knew his ability, and he won first place in a tournament. I want to say, if not, he made. I remember him making it extremely far in the bracket. I think he made first, and all he threw was punches. I think he tried to throw a couple kicks there, but he never scored with them because his skill level was with his hands. He knew if he picked up his foot to kick, he was going to fall off balance. So he did what was best suited for his ability. So that's kind of what I want your takeaway to be is figure out where your ability is. You practice in class, try to push that ability, but when it comes to your tournaments, when you're really wanting to maybe show off your skill level, testing, those kind of things, figure out what works for you. Know where your ability is, and then capitalize on it. So for some of you guys, it's going to be the jumps. For some of you guys, it's going to be the speed. For some of you guys, it's going to be more advanced techniques. And so, but then one thing that tends to work kind of across the board is throwing punches in at the end. So because we do Taekwondo United, we do point sparring. Once you score a point, they stop. They're going to say, stop, break, set back up, and then they're going to throw you the score. So in this case, if we're doing that twist kick, round kick, I don't hear my judges saying anything, I'm coming in with punches behind. I'm this close. I've got long legs. I can't kick her pretty much anymore. I might be able to get a side kick in, but even if I pick up to a round kick, I'm pretty much just going to knee her in the head. So from here, I'm just going to start punching and punching. Or if I just start tagging, eventually I'm going to score a point. Or she's going to wise up and side kick me off of her. Then hopefully she scores a point. Well, so any of your techniques or combinations, if you forget what to do or you land, especially if you land off balance, just start punching. You don't have to punch hard. You don't have to, just punch and punch and punch. And that's a good way to kind of add in those extra points at a tournament. So let's work that one last one because I think we've got 2 minutes. Mr. Spiker, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can keep going for a few more minutes.
Okay, let's go ahead and just do that one then real quick. So twist kick, round kick, and then, especially if this is a new kick for you, you're falling off balance a little bit. I'm a lot closer to her than I want to be. I'm just going to start throwing those punches a lot harder for her to attack me. So it kind of works both ways. Not that I would say your punches are blocked, but if somebody's punching at me, I'm not thinking about kicking them so much. I'm thinking about blocking, evading, getting out of the way, especially if they've got a lot of punches coming at. So go ahead and work that for a few seconds, and then we can just about wrap up. Hunter and Mack are done. Let's see. They're giving a little thumbs up. You guys are from Saraland, huh? From Mr. McLean's school. It's catching some of your t-shirts. KJ's from the Smith school, huh? I think I got to judge you in a tournament a couple of years ago. I think you were in my division. Trinity is done. Beth is finished. All right, Mr. Spiker, that's all I've got for these guys.
Fantastic.
We can work these same drills all day, but I kind of want the takeaway to be add something to it. So whenever you guys work combinations in class, obviously don't do it in class unless your instructor okays it. But when you go home, work on, add the jump, add the spin, really kind of up that skill level to it. So you can take a basic technique or a basic combination and really make it, black belt, jump spin this, or a very high skill level technique. So
awesome.
That's kind of my takeaway for you guys today.
Fantastic. Thank you, Miss Haydel. Everybody give Miss Haydel a thumbs up. Show it quickly. Show it. Awesome. All right. So listen up, guys. It's time for questions and answers. So if you have a question for Miss Haydel, please raise your hand. And I see Sparsh is jumping up and down. Okay, let me unmute you, Sparsh. Sparsh, what is your question?
What degree black belt are you?
I'm a sixth degree black belt.
So that means master level, Sparsh. Ms. Haydel is a master level instructor.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
We've got a question from Beth. Okay, Beth, what's your question?
How many years have she been doing boxing?
Taekwondo, I've been doing Taekwondo about 23 years.
That's a long time. I see those big eyes. Great question, Beth. Okay, we've got one from Hunter and Mack.
When did you open your karate school?
I opened in March of 2014. So it's right about a little over 6 years ago now.
I was 4.
You were 4.
Great question. All right, next one. Nicholas, what's your question?
On the twist kick, how do you do it with a spin?
A spin? Sure. So over your back shoulder, Nicholas, I'm guessing, what rank are you? You're a black belt. So you've done other spin kicks. So think, I don't know if you've ever done a spin around kick, but over your back shoulder, you spin. Remember, you're going to keep with what was your back leg, the one that was further from your target. And that one just kind of picks up like this, where your foot almost picks up like toward your back wall, where your knee is aimed at your target, and then it goes out like that. I always find a twist kick really hard to do kind of in slow motion, because when you spin, you actually get a little bit more momentum. It's actually a little bit easier, I find. So over your back shoulder, spin, and then pick up and twist kick. It takes a little bit of work. Have you done twist kicks before at your studio or your academy? Where'd Nicholas go?
No, not the twist kick, Ms. Haydel.
Not the twist kick yet? Well, that gives you something to work on before, and then Mr. Spiker can definitely help you out with that when you get back to class.
Absolutely. All right, we've got another question from Emma. Emma, what's your question?
How old are you?
I'm 32 years old.
You mean 18?
18, yes.
And if you
Or 21?
I already told him I've been doing Taekwondo for 23 years.
Oh, yeah, that's why you are 23 years old. I forgot. Yes, ma'am.
How old were you when you started karate?
I was 9 years old.
Wow.
That was a good question. All right, we've got another question from Kelsey. Kelsey, what's your question? Oh, no question? Oh, okay. I thought that you had your hand up. All right, guys, somebody raise your hand if you have a question. Who's got a question? Raise your hand, team. I can't see you. I don't see any hands up. So that means that we're going to wrap up. Oh, I see one. Okay, right there. Let me see. There's no name on the iPad. So Evan and Eden.
No. He raised his hand for no reason, and I don't know why, and he's acting up.
Okay, no problem at all. All right, guys. So let's see, a few more seconds for question. There's Nicholas, one more question. Okay.
What's your home state?
Louisiana. Did you come to the tournament a couple of weeks ago, or I guess a little over a month ago in Baton Rouge? No, y'all didn't. That's right. Y'all didn't. Sorry, y'all didn't come to that one. As I say, for those of you guys that came to the national tournament, we're about an hour to an hour and a half east of Baton Rouge.
Okay, awesome, everybody. So listen up, team. We are gonna wrap up this seminar with Miss Haydel. That was lots of fun. Excellent job on those combinations. Thank you, everybody, for coming in and participating. Let's bow out like black belts. Sounds good?
I just want to say,
everybody,
Mr.
let's stand up tall and strong like a black belt.
Thank you guys so much for
we
putting
put our
these
hands
together.
out. When we say set, you say yes, sir. Set.
Yes, sir.
And when we bow, we say yes, I can, to always have a yes, I can attitude and mindset. Bow. Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Excellent job, team. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Bye, Ms. Haydel.
Bye, Mr. Spikar. Bye, everybody.